Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody's doing well. Been planting some stuff in the garden, trying to get that going. But today's topic I want to talk about, I did a little short video. Newsmax had a mention on there about how the prepping community is really becoming more and more diverse. They're finding out that we're all not crazy. We're all not conspiracy theorists. We're just preparing for, bad things. And that could, I've gone over this before. It does not have to be a zombie apocalypse. I mean, it could be a job loss, death in the family of the breadwinner. It could be an illness. It could be a tornado. The list goes on and on what you can prepare for. And I put a link. I showed you that. I put a link in that video. And then today, Fox Business News had another article on preppers. Totally different channel. One was Newsmax. Today's was Fox Business. I'll put a link in the description so you can go read the full article. But it's talking about how the prepping industry, and I've told you this before, the prepping industry is getting rich right now. Survival tools, I think, are supposed to, don't quote me, I think it's supposed to be a $2.4 billion industry this year. They're talking about bunkers. I've talked to you about how I feel about bunkers. If you can afford it, and that's what you want to do it. Just understand that in a nuclear event, Russia's not going to announce that one's incoming. We'll have approximately 15 to 20 minutes before impact. So unless you're living in it or living right on top of it with no life, it's going to be hard to get to it, get your family to it, etc. That's just my thoughts on a bunker. I mean, everybody's got their opinion. That's cool, but that's mine. So anyway, but the one thing I want to talk about is that if the prepping community is getting as big as it is, I hope that they're not just fascinated with the gadgets. Yes, we need water filters, generators, power supplies, things like that. But there are some gadgets that people are going to buy at, these shows, etc., that probably aren't going to ever be used. I mean, it would be hard pressed to use all these items that everybody's trying to sell you. And I hope for beginners, because it seems like that's what discourages some beginners. They get into it, they're all gung-ho, and they have all these great expectations of the things they're going to do, and then they get overwhelmed, and that's the end of the journey. I've been doing this a long time. I was doing it when it wasn't cool. I was doing it when everybody thought preppers were conspiracy nuts, and we lived on top of a mountain. I never did, but I prepare for hard times, and that's what prepping's about. I don't like the word doomsday preppers. I think that's derogatory. Because, what is your classification of doomsday? Is that a nuclear war? Is that, a huge pandemic like COVID-19? Is that, you pick your poison. What's your doomsday scenario? I think it's different for everybody. So to lump everybody that preps into a category of doomsday prepper, I'm not down with that. I just don't think it's cool. I do hope that with all the people coming into the community, that they are watching channels like this and a lot of the other prepping channels out there, and they're trying to, educate themselves. I think if you're first starting out, I think having 3 to 6 months worth of food and water and your medications, I think that would be the top of my list. To start out with, all the gadgets can come secondary. You can go from minimalistic to over the top with gadgets. You can go like the small generator I've showed you to the 12,000 watt generators, the diesel generators. You can go to solar panel systems. I mean, you can get crazy with it. Water filtration, you can get crazy with that too. Depends on how much money you want to spend. And you know, what you think your needs are going to be. But if you're just beginning, just know that you're trying to prepare for, you know, a bad time. And I do see bad times coming right now. Look at Haiti. Haiti is in a mess. You've got Ukraine going on. You've got Israel going on with Hamas. You've got China threatening Taiwan. There's so much out there, but we can't control what goes on overseas. I know it's good to report on it and be aware of it because it can affect us, but we can't control that. We can control what we do in our lives and how we look after our family. That should be the main thing, the main goal of any prepper. Look after yourself, get yourself stable, then you can start adding your friends, your communities, other family members that you're going to want to look after, you know, that are not in your household. And again, that's going to be a personal decision that everybody's going to have to make down the line. But I am seeing, though, that I'm hoping it's not just to boost survival sales, survival tool sales, all the gadgets. It's one thing, it's a double-edged sword. I'm glad they're talking about it and bringing it out into the mainstream media, and it's being discussed, but at the same time, I hope it's not a gimmick to have a lot of people go out and buy a lot of stuff they don't need. So I'm watching that. I don't know, it's just weird now, before the election, that news like this is coming out on right-wing channels, or right-leaning channels, I should say. I don't know. Something to think about. But they are starting to notice, and I wonder if they're going to go from calling us preppers to extremists. It seems like if you're prepping, you are an extremist to some factions of the political world that we live in now. And I don't think that's the case. Most preppers, we just want to be left alone. We want to do our thing, go about our business, look after our families, you know. We're not out there bothering nobody. We're not looking trouble. We definitely, you know, we're just preparing. You know, I prepare for power outages. I prepare for, you know, social unrest. And with the 2024 elections coming up, I don't know. I see bad things coming, but I could be wrong. I don't like to predict things unless I'm 100% positive. But with all the stuff going on with the politicians nowadays, right and left, it's weird, guys. We're living in a weird time. The world is in complete and utter chaos. We're building some damn bridge into Gaza. We're Chuck Schumer's calling for new elections in Israel to oust Bibi Netanyahu. But yet, if anybody in another country says something about our elections, oh, it's so-and-so meddling in our elections. Well, damn, Chuck Schumer stands up there and just blabs it out to the whole world, you know? Yeah, this is what we want. If I was Bibi Netanyahu, I would not listen to a damn thing the United States has to say right now. They were attacked. I mean, simple as that. They were attacked by Hamas. Who puts Hamas in power? People in Palestine and Gaza. They put them up there. 82% of the people voted for them to lead them. Well, look what they led you to. Israel, you know, you effed around and you found up. That's what happened. Israel responded. It seems like this administration has let Russia invade Ukraine, Hamas just roll over into Israel, Hezbollah threatening Israel, shooting missiles into Israel. We got Iran with the Houthis backing all these little militia groups, these little ragtag armies being funded by us, who we just gave another $10 billion to Iran. The world's becoming dangerous. And I've told you before, I don't preach fear. I preach prepping so we do not have to fear tomorrow. And again, there's nothing we can do to control anything overseas. It's hard enough just voting in this country to make changes. That's getting scrutinized. And I'm telling you, I've seen some things. I don't know. I've seen numbers flip in the last election. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist, but something was wrong with that. I'm hoping that things have changed this time around in this election, because I mean, it could get weird. Could get weird. And now, I know I'm flip-flopping on topics, guys. Today, my brain is, I'm running on different things here to talk about that I want to try to squeeze in. But, you know, Ron DeSantis down there, he's putting out the National Guard and beefing up patrols on the Florida coast because of the Haitian refugee influx we're supposed to be getting. We're supposed to be getting another influx of Venezuelans. I can't believe a country as big as the United States allows its border to just be wide open. And Governor Abbott is doing everything he can do to try to secure the border. And our federal government is doing everything they can do to unsecure the border. This is crazy. This is crazy, guys. Everything's upside down and backwards, I'm telling you. I say it all the time. But anyway, I do appreciate you watching. I do appreciate all my subscribers. If you're new here, we talk about basic prepping. We talk about world topics. We talk about chickens, gardening, because all of it ties together. Being a prepper is just not buying a bunch of stuff and putting it up in the closet and saying you're prepared. There's multiple facets to it. It's about being able to use that equipment. It's about being able to practice with it. You want to be able to grow your own food, filter and secure your own water supply. Don't wait till the shit hits the fan before you make the decision that, damn, I really should have tried to plant something last year, because right now I don't know what I'm doing. Buy books. I recommend some. If I see one that's a good one, buy hard copy books, hardback books. Grid goes down, internet goes down. You're not going to be able to find anything on YouTube. You're not going to be able to find anything to research on the internet. Google's going to be gone. That will not be a good time or a good position to find yourself in. So if you have the books, you have to do it the old-fashioned way. Open one up, sit down at a desk, and research for yourself and read. Anyway, guys, I do appreciate everybody watching. Thanks to all my subscribers. It means a lot. I appreciate the comments. If you would subscribe, like, comment, I would appreciate it. So thanks for listening to my rant today. It's just one of those things. It's just been one of those days. So much information. It's like drinking from a fire hose sometimes. But I wanted to hit you guys up with that little bit. And anyway, until next time, guys, I'm Tad, and we will talk about it. Have a great afternoon. Thanks for watching.